Did you apply that to the rest of your life?
Yeah, I quit my job and I moved into my Jeep for 9 months.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Cross country trip?
Yep. And it was supposed to be a few months.
Was this a solo?
This was solo.
Did you find yourself?
I found myself. That's what happened.
Welcome to the Unordinary podcast. The Unordinary podcast is a podcast where I interview friends and entrepreneurs and builders that I'm a huge fan of, that I admire, that are building really interesting things in a bunch of different spaces. Today we have Taylor Prokes. Taylor is the big ass calendar girl. Taylor is the co-founder of Big Ass Calendar and the creative force behind Jesse Itzler's portfolio of brands. She's a New York-based director, adventurer, and collaborator working across All Day Running Co., All Day Sauna Co., Running Man Festival, and the Big Ass Calendar. She completed a 100-mile ultramarathon, biked across America, ran rim to rim to rim in the Grand Canyon, and recently completed a 10-day sauna and cold plunge tour through Finland. Her story begins with a bold outreach that evolved into a long-term partnership, blending community, endurance, and large-scale brand building. Welcome, Taylor.
Thank you. That was very nice.
You've done so many interesting things that I feel like anybody in the world, when they're 80 years old, would say one of those things was the highlight of their life, like the craziest adventure they went on that they tell their grandkids about. What was a favorite adventure you've been on so far?
My favorite adventure? The first time I did rim to rim to rim, I did it with 3 friends and we had no idea what we were doing and we almost died. Like we didn't train for it. We'd never done an ultra before. And that kind of kicked off me chasing more of that high.
When did you do the first rim to rim to rim? Were you the idea of everybody doing rim to rim to rim?
Yes. Well, it's like I find out about something. I'm the idea person. I'm not the logistics person. I'm not the itinerary person. I'm not booking the flight until the week before, but I will come up with the idea.
You're the visionary.
Yeah,
Everyone
sure.
That's the most important role.
I don't know. I think you kind of need everybody to survive these things,
sure.
But I'll come up with the idea.
How long did it take to do rim to rim to rim? So I personally, I could run 5 miles on a good day. Do you think I would be able to
Yeah,
finish?
I think anyone can do it. When I did it, I don't come from a long distance running background. I haven't done this for years. I was seeing people on the internet do some crazy things and I just thought, why can't I do that? And there's training plans for everything. There's training plans for 5Ks. There's training plans for 300-mile races. All you need is time and you have to believe you can do it because this stuff fucking hurts.
How long does it take to do rim to rim to rim? And is it a combination of running and walking?
Yeah.
Or?
Anything really long, unless you're a pro athlete, is running and walking. I've done it where it takes me 18 hours, and I've done it where it takes me 22 hours.
Is it beautiful?
It's gorgeous. Have you been to the Grand Canyon?
I've never been to. I've driven cross country. I did it during COVID, and the Grand Canyon was closed. I've never been.
You can't oversell the Grand Canyon. It is unbelievable.
All right, I'm big on if I'm gonna do something, I gotta go all in. So for me, it's not good enough to just go check it out. I need to do.
You need to do rim to rim at a minimum.
Rim to rim.
You can do rim to rim and have a nice day, challenging, feel proud of yourself, see the whole thing. And if you just want to really screw yourself up on the way back, then do one more rim.
Sweet. Taylor Prokes, the big ass calendar girl. Tell me about your background. So before you got into entrepreneurship, before you found Jesse, where are you from and how'd you get into entrepreneurship?
I'm from a small town in Michigan called Milford. I grew up with a dad who was an entrepreneur. I was the kid who was walking dogs, cutting grass, selling pictures I drew door to door. That was always who I just was. I always kind of had a side thing going. But I went into corporate finance right after school, was miserable, never liked working for anybody else. went into sales, and then I started kind of going down a path of figuring out how to do my own thing after that. Like
going into corporate finance, where you're like, I am going to be an entrepreneur someday. Was that
Yes.
always in the back of your head, or?
Yeah. It's like an ego thing coming out of school. I started going to school during 2009. I was from Detroit. A huge recession was happening. Things were freaky. Also, I don't have a strong college background from my family. I wanted a good degree. So a finance degree.
Syracuse, best degree.
Syracuse,
it's the
great
Harvard
degree.
of upstate New York.
Exactly.
Cornell has
You would know.
Cornell has nothing on us.
Nothing. But, someone that looks like me having a finance and economics degree gave me like a lot of ego boost right out of school. Everyone would be like looking at me like I'm an idiot. And then I say that and had a really nice job. And they're like, oh, like you're not dumb. And I liked that. But I knew I would always be an entrepreneur.
So you went from corporate finance, you absolutely hated it. And then you made the pivot to sales. How did that happen?
It was just,
What type of sales role? Like, were you?
I was doing like custom furniture. It was just whatever sales job I could do. I was living in upstate New York. I wanted to move to San Diego. It was just about being young and trying something new, nothing passion driven whatsoever.
Nice. And
Yeah.
then how'd you end up in San Diego? So you went from corporate finance to selling furniture in upstate New York.
Yeah, I ended up in San Diego just to try something new. I mean, you've been in upstate New York. I think people start having kids really young and they're happy with that, and it's not much is going on, and I just needed to try something super new. So I moved to San Diego. It wasn't anything deeper than that.
Where in San Diego?
I was in like the La Jolla area.
Nice. La Jolla is beautiful. I did
all the way down to South Mission. I kind of fluctuated.
Got it. I did the kite surfing thing on the top of La Jolla.
Oh, like the paragliding?
Yeah, the paragliding
Yeah.
thing. So I was staying there for a week for an offsite, and you know how they have a beach over there?
Yeah.
I was running in the morning. I went to the beach, and I didn't know what type of beach it was. It was in the summer. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Oh yeah,
It's-
Black's Beach.
It's a black beach.
Yeah.
It's a naked.
You didn't like that?
It wasn't for
The
me.
people who were naked on the beach.
The people
we
who were
were
naked
like a
on the
big
beach,
fan
it
of.
wasn't for me.
Yeah,
I'm all
no.
for a naked beach.
Not like 75-year-old men running around.
That's not my
Yeah.
type of naked beach.
Yeah.
So what were you doing when you got to San Diego?
So I was working in sales. Like I wasn't living to work there. I was really trying to see just different lifestyles and options. That's when Jesse came on my radar. I had a lot of capacity outside of work to other things that I was interested in. And he was my partner now, name's Jesse Itzler. And he had this race, and he still does today, called Hell on the Hill. And at the race, you run up and down a hill 100 times. And
For fun.
And I hadn't done anything.
And it's fun.
And it's fun for me. And I would tell people about this and they didn't think it was fun. I was like, okay, there's something here. There's a group of people who think this is fun. I want to meet them. So I wanted to get invited to it. And it was like 2017, 2018. Jesse was much smaller on Instagram. It was easier to access him. And I had this idea with my best friend to make 100 videos representing the 100 hills at the event of us running up and down hills around San Diego to get invited to this event.
100 different hills.
100 different hills. So it was like 300 videos. Yeah.
How many followers did he have back then?
It was below 100,000 when I found him.
And what is he up to today?
1.2.
Nice.
Yeah.
So 100 different hills throughout San Diego. When you were in San Diego, you had a friend in San Diego. That's why you moved there. Was your friend group in San Diego an adventure friend group? Like, how'd you come across Jesse in the first?
I came across Jesse because I came across Sarah Blakely, his wife.
Legend. She's
Legend, invented Spanx. For those who don't know, she's unbelievable. But I discovered him through her, and he's just like, he was freaky online at the time. He's doing crazy races. He's doing cold plunges, all these things I'd never heard of. I had no friends who did any of this. I didn't do any of it myself. So that's why was just trying to find people who did. My only way to discover that was on Instagram at the time.
What's the chant he says in his head again when things are difficult?
I'd never get tired.
Were you saying, when you were running up those 100 hills, do you say that to yourself, or you just...
Well, these hills were
it's easy?
ridiculous. I was being a clown. I was just trying to make him laugh. The first video we ever made, we told him our intention. We're like, hey, Jesse, this is Taylor and this is Kate, and we are going to make 100 videos, and we want to be invited to Hell on the Hill. And then for the next 360 days, we just made entertaining videos with no ask. That was the only thing. He knew what we wanted.
Were you putting this on Instagram?
Yep.
Got it. So it's super interesting. I've started posting a lot myself, more on LinkedIn than Instagram.
I need to get on that game.
The LinkedIn game?
Yeah.
You would absolutely,
I actually think I would love it.
you would love it. First off, it's addicting,
I
but
know.
you would win the LinkedIn game. Like you would win the LinkedIn game, like the big ass
talk to you
calendar
in a
on
year.
LinkedIn. All right, do it I think what I did, you should try it. I posted every day for 365 days, and it's pretty awesome. Great
Okay.
things have happened. But getting into posting, a lot of people don't post because it's cringe.
Oh, I
So
was the cringiest.
you were
And
the cringiest.
yeah.
Were you the first time you posted? Were you like, "Fuck, like this is I can't believe I'm going to do this," or did you not care from the get go?
No, when I want something, I just get laser focused on it. I don't care what anyone else thinks. And it's worked out. But yeah, it's embarrassing, but what I want so far outweighs those feelings. Like my friend that was doing this with me, she's like, I'm dating Taylor. I don't want this on my profile. I was like, fine, it can all run through mine. I don't care.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
Have you had friends that have wanted to start companies in the past and have been scared to kind of take the leap? How have you like helped get them over the hump?
Yeah, I think everyone's scared too. I think it's just everyone the people that I'm around that are the most successful are just people who have just started. It's not the people that I know that have the most connections, most money, anything like that. Everyone that I know that's the most successful just started and then kept going. So I don't think you need a lot of people to believe in you, but if you have one person who's rooting for you, it goes a long way. And I think I've been that for a lot of people.
Amazing. And in terms of friends like you've had when you started versus friends now, have you lost friends along the way?
No way. I've gained so many friends.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You know, like we said before this podcast started, you have your friends from home in different areas of your life. And now like you're running companies and maybe you're into, you told me sauna, like you're going to make more friends who like doing those things. That doesn't mean you get rid of the old ones, but
Of course. Friends for life.
friends for life.
So did you get invited to Hell on the Hill?
So I got invited to Hell on the Hill
The first year.
the first time, like after the first year.
How did he officially say, hey, come? Did he slide in your DMs, hey, I'm having this, you can come? Or was it, please let me
We
let
said,
me go?
hey, are you going to invite us? And he said, if you lunatics want to come, you can come.
That's amazing.
And we rolled up. And at the time, it was really, and still is, honestly. That event is Sarah and Jesse's friends and a couple random people off the internet now. But we rolled up and everyone knew each other but us. So we kind of stuck out.
Expectations versus reality. How was it?
It was like the best day of my life.
Could you kind of walk me through the day?
Yeah, it's a really special event. So they just had their 10-year anniversary of that event this past summer. There's about 100 people who do the hill. You gather at 7 a.m. and every single person in the room stands up and says what they're doing the hill for. Sarah and Jesse donate $1,000 for every single person who attempts the hill. And everyone stands up in the stories people tell about why. I mean, the hill's really hard. You've never seen a hill this steep. Like I've done some stuff. This hill is gnarly. So everyone stands up in the room. These are not all athletes. These are normal, regular people. There's, of course, some athletes in the room because Jesse attracts that. He's been in that space, but it's people pledging why they're going to go out there and suffer for 4 hours, like who they're doing it for. And it's unbelievable. Then we do the hill for 4 hours. Everyone's dead after that for a couple hours. And then there's a huge after party.
That's amazing.
And it's the best people you'll ever meet.
So you did Hell on the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you find Jesse after that? So the event ended.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hit it off at the event? Did you have an opportunity to really connect with him at the event?
Yeah, I mean, he's splitting his time between 150 people, but we were, I would say, the MVPs of that event. We were.
How do you become the MVP? No, tell me. How do you become the MVP of an event with 150 people?
You are dancing on the hill. You're cheering for everybody. We were really putting ourselves out there. We're at the after party, dancing the hardest, jumping off the cliffs when we're going cliff jumping. We're jumping in the water. Whatever's happening, we are there, and we are the most enthusiastic people there. So we did that all weekend. So I wouldn't say we had any deep chats at all, but we had fun. And then COVID happened, and I didn't see him for 2 years.
Did you stay in touch for 2 years?
No.
So during that 2 year span, what were you doing? What were you doing from a work perspective, but also that kind of touch of adventure? Did you apply that to the rest of your life?
Yeah, I quit my job and I moved into my Jeep for 9 months.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Cross country trip?
Yep. And it was supposed to be a few months.
Was this a solo?
This was solo.
Did you find yourself?
I found myself. That's what happened. I think, I was reading books about what people that I looked up to were doing, and I, had a lot of savings at the time. The world was super weird. And I said, what a better time than to do it right now? Like, I'm not missing anything. Like
I was doing the same thing.
Really?
I went on a cross-country road trip during
That's
COVID.
when you did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a couple of months, and then it turned into 9. And then I moved to Salt Lake City because I wanted to meet girls who liked adventure, and everyone that I was seeing posting about crazy races or whatever was coming out of Salt Lake City. So that's why I moved there.
What does adventure mean for you? Does it mean trying new things? Does it mean hiking? Is it defined?
It means trying new things. It means getting out of your comfort zone. I think my favorite days are when you kind of cry a little, and then it's also beautiful and you push your body, but you're with great people. It's just a combination of pushing yourself and experience something new.
I consider myself a big adventurer, but I'm not a big crier, so I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not adventuring enough.
It takes a lot for me to cry now. It does take a lot for me to cry now.
So you went on a cross country road trip, 9 months. Mm-hmm. How'd you find your way back to Jesse?
So
2 years pass.
2 years pass. I want to get invited back to Hell on the Hill because we got invited for 2020, but it was the pandemic, didn't happen. And then I was off his radar. Like, I was a random person 2 years ago.
Sure.
And he had launched a running company called All Day Running Co. And I had an idea for another series online, and it was called 10 Hard Things. So my best friend from San Diego had moved to Salt Lake with me at this time, and we came up with 10 hard things to do in their gear. So we jumped out of a plane, we did an ultra marathon, we bear crawled a mile, like 10 hard things. And we got invited back to Hell on the Hill.
You walked me through all those 10 things?
We did this like a sunrise 16-mile hike before work. We ran an ultra marathon, like a self-supported ultra marathon. Trying to think of all of them. The bear crawl was disgusting. You don't think about like the grossness of a bear crawl, but you are on your hands in public. Like, it smells, it's horrible. And it was so painful.
Yeah.
We did like a 10-minute cold plunge. Can't remember.
Those are hard things.
They were hard.
So when I do things in business and in life, like, I strongly believe, and I know in my heart that the outcome I want will happen. Like, when you did these 10 hard things, did you do them knowing that like you will be invited to Hell on the Hill? Or was like, okay, let's do these 10 things and like maybe I get invited? Like, how do you view outcomes?
I wish I was better at visualization like you. I do believe that I will eventually get the outcome I want, even if it's a no. I'm not afraid of the no.
Yeah.
And I think I know when it's a good idea.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you did those 10 hard things. You got invited back.
Yeah, and at the same time, I knew I wanted to start my own company, and that was going to be the next thing I did. And I was doing like a bunch of freelance stuff. I was TikToking. I was learning that game. And for this company, the All Day Running Company, I thought their socials were bad and I could do a better job. So I was like, okay, if I'm working for a brand, that could be my income while I start my own thing, because this social media game isn't that hard for me. I'm good at it. And then I can be starting my own company. So that was my whole plan. I wasn't talking to Jesse. I was talking to his CEO. I was doing free work. I didn't have a portfolio. I just knew I could do it. So I was doing free stuff for them. They went with an agency. I understood. And I was like, all right, that was me trying to do that. I'm going to pivot this direction to get done with, like, to make money a different way. And within like a month, Jesse called me for him. And he's my one exception of someone I would work for. Like, I don't want to work for anyone ever again. And
I'm the same. I'm unemployable.
I don't like being employed.
if Elon calls, like maybe I take that call, but
yeah, there's some exceptions.
Jesse's your
he
Elon.
was my exception. So I moved to Atlanta within 2 weeks of that phone call, and I started running his personal brand. And then since then, we've started the big ass calendar company together. I've been a part of All Day Sauna Co. I was there at the beginning of Running Man, and we've basically like revived All Day Running Co. And all the while like very much growing his personal brand. So it's really evolved into a partnership
That's
at
amazing.
this point.
So that's really awesome. Today in business and in entrepreneurship. Everybody's leaning into founder-led content. I feel like that's the big craze. And there's all these agencies to help with founder-led content. I mean, you and Jesse both have been leaning into it heavy. What lessons learned do you have kind of from founder-led content? What has been working great? And what have you tried or what have you seen that maybe it doesn't work so well?
I think you need to make people care about you, and that has to come from just an authentic place. Everyone says authentic. It's like annoying, I know. But you can't just come and be like, look at me, I'm building this company, care about me. You have to let people in and give them a reason to care about you. And that's just hard to do unless you're willing to really share some stuff.
Yeah.
Jesse has a lot to share. He's 57. Like, he's done so much that we can pull from to make you connect to him. He has 8 billion stories that you can pull from, and it can be inspiring, but he's not up there like talking about his thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
He does it through storytelling because that's what he's comfortable doing. I can do more thoughts and feelings because that is how I'm comfortable sharing, but I don't have the life lessons I can give like he can. So it's just, what can you offer to people outside of your business for them to kind of buy into you versus just showing the process. I think some people do show the process really well. And I think consistency is the key. We could be way better at that. It's just Jesse has a million things going on. And if he was starting his first company, he'd be all over it. But
Yeah.
that's not the reality we're playing in.
Something that I appreciate about the content that you put out, like you said, authenticity, it is so authentic. Like sometimes you're like, oh, this is a very blurry picture. Like what's this doing getting posted? But at the end of the day, like it's authentic. And I feel like from a volume standpoint, a lot of people, maybe they share one photo. They go to a Knicks game, they're showing a photo at a Knicks game, or they're in a cool office, they share a photo at a cool office. But I think you've done a great job just documenting all aspects of life, just behind the scenes, what's going on stage, what's going on in real life. And I think
But
it's
even
really
with
special.
that, I think
I think people feel like they know him. And like I was at that event last week and people fucking love him. They love like what you guys have built together. And I can't, I guess like a Taylor Swift love for like, I feel like it's a Taylor Swift type of love.
No, people do love him and they do know him. Like the cameras don't go off and he is a completely different guy.
Yeah.
Like he is who he is online. And I think that's really hard to be because that requires a lot of boundaries to be down. But back to that point, if you're going to post a basketball game, this, that, you want to share all these parts of your life, but every piece of content has to have a purpose or what's the point? Like, does it make people laugh? Is it entertaining? Is it interesting? Are you teaching people something? If you're posting something that gives no purpose, then it's not valuable.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a way to make everything valuable. A thirst trap can be valuable. You know, everything can be valuable, but it's the way you position it. If you just post a bunch of things and with no context or no storytelling, then people won't care.
I'm curious, do you have a defined ICP? Like a lot of people you're the type of individual that you're targeting for your brands, the people that follow you and follow Jesse. Like for me, for
Talking to your
Cosign,
personal brands or like the brands?
I guess both.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think about the big ass calendar, which there's so much I want to do there. It's just, we have a really small team. We'll get there. But I want to reach people who ultimately want to be super intentional with their time and want to have fun and make the most out of life. It's an aspirational brand. I want people who want to live big. Like that's who I want to touch because it's a top down from that. If I can get all those people who are reaching huge goals, really shooting for the stars, doing big things in their life to use our calendar, then that's a trickle-down effect in all of those areas.
Could you walk me through the backstory of the calendar? I fucking love the big-ass calendar. I gift it for everybody. And
Thank you.
I'm a big believer in no gifts, only experiences. Like the big-ass calendar is an exception I make because it is the ethos of what I stand for. And what I believe like a lot of people should stand for. Just get out there, enjoy life, experience life, have fun. What's the backstory? Was this a calendar did you guys like one day, hey, like what idea do we have now? Like what can we make up? Or did you use this calendar? Did he use this calendar for his life?
Yeah, so he had a coaching program many years ago And when you signed up for the coaching program, this calendar came folded up in a box with it. It wasn't called the Big Ass Calendar. It just was a year at a glance calendar that came with this.
Same concept, Post-its.
Same.
Could you introduce just the concept of the calendar?
Yeah,
and how
so
it
the
works?
Big Ass Calendar, we launched with one product. It is a giant, like 4 feet piece of poster board with your entire year on it. 365 boxes on the calendar. It comes with custom sticky notes that fit the box, different colors so you can color coordinate your life. One can be adventures, one could be work, one could be birthdays, one could be trips. But you can, that way when you're looking at the calendar, you can see high level how you're spending your time. We encourage people to use it for your goals and aspirations and like the big picture on how you're spending your time. You can put your dentist appointments on there, but that's not what we're encouraging. We're encouraging you to be like, what's your big goal for the year? What's your big ambitions? What are those one-on-one trips with your kids or the date nights with your wife? Like the things that when you look back on your year at the end of the year, you're going to remember. You're not going to talk about your dentist appointments, but you're going to talk about the camping trip, or you're going to talk about how you went to the Super Bowl. You're going to talk about how you ran the New York City Marathon. And that's the point of the calendar, because that's how you're going to remember your life. So our big thing is to get people to plan their lives first. I think we can be really reactive. So people have so many weddings and work requests and families asking you to do different things. And if you don't plan your own stuff, you could easily fill up your calendar with that. And you get to the end of the year and you can't really show anything for yourself. Like, what did you do? But if you put your stuff on first, you're like, oh, I've always wanted to go on this bucket list trip. Oh, I really want to get my scuba cert, or I want to write a book, or I want to start a podcast. If you put those on the calendar first, those other things will still happen. They'll just fill around it. You might have to say no to some happy hours. You might have to say no to a baby shower. Like, you're going to have to say no to things. But at the end of the year, you're going to feel way better about how you spent your time. So that's what we encourage with the Big Ass Calendar. So Jesse had this as part of his coaching program. I used it. I would go viral with it on TikTok. Like, this is
pre-Big Ass Calendar.
This is pre-Big Ass Calendar. This is pre-me working with Jesse. I would use this calendar. Anytime I posted it, I would go viral with it. I knew I could sell it. I tried to. I'd email them and be like, can you just give me this calendar to sell? Like, I know this is life-changing for me. I know I can sell it. No response. So then when I started working with Jesse, our other co-founder, Alex Sutton, and I, he's like, I can manufacture this. We can brand this a certain way. And I was like, and I can sell this. So we just did it. Like, there was no thinking. We were like, Jesse, we're going to do this. He goes, are you sure?
When did this happen? Like, when did the Big Ass Calendar really take off and start getting sold?
So that year we went, basically from selling 0 units to 60,000 in a couple of months.
Yeah.
So it became a business very fast.
Yeah.
And it was an absolute clusterfuck because it's over Christmas and New Year's and Chinese New, all these things are happening. We're running out of everything. We had no idea that that's what we would do, but it was exciting and we figured it out. And now it's like a well-oiled machine.
How many calendars do you think you'll, like, this year versus last year? Like, is the trajectory of the Big Ass Calendar going like this?
Yes. We're growing at 60% right now.
Insane. What was your big takeaway for 2025? The one big thing on the Big Ass Calendar that, when I assume you keep your calendars and something you show your kids,
I like to take
future kids.
Jesse likes to keep the physical ones. I live in New York City. I don't have room for that. I take pictures of them, and that's good enough for me.
Good enough.
But right now, I like reflect back on my year heavy, and then I put a lot of time into planning my new year, my 2026.
What's like the breakout of the team? So you have 6 people. You're growing 60% year over year.
It's the same people. It's, we have someone that's on like our website and email. We have a designer. It's, again, website, email, inserts, new product development. Alex Sutton is our president. He's just like completely running the show. Sure. He can operate really well. He's a great leader. Janelle is our COO. She is doing all the shipping, everything at the warehouse. All the things I don't want to do at all. She is doing legal. There's people impersonating us online right now like crazy. She's handling it. Like, she is behind the scenes hardcore. And then me.
Not the Big Ass Calendar, though. You need the Big Ass Calendar.
They're using our ads to do it. Like, there's just so much fraud. It's just straight up fraud, not even copying. Then there's me. I run like our socials. Product development, I'm very heavily related. Anything brand I cover, and that includes growth, getting our brand out there, where we're heading as a brand, partnerships, etc. And then Chris at our warehouse runs our warehouse.
What makes you fulfilled about what you do day in and day out?
There's no negative feedback with the calendar, which is really fun. People tell, I saw my parents more. I did something I never thought I could do. I am literally happier. I gift this to everyone in my life because I want them to feel this way. Like, it feels good. It's a lot of feel good coming at you. And I ultimately want people to live better lives. And this is a really fun way to do it.
Yeah, I really do believe you're changing people's lives for the better. It allows, whether it happens immediately or over the span of a year or two, you get them to start thinking about their time. What am I doing with my time? Reflect on their time and ultimately have better outcomes. Again, more time with the family, more
It's crazy to
adventures.
see your whole year on one page, right? Like, you have to think about it.
It could be really sad or it could be really awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely freaky the first time, but
So talking about kind of building companies, what year did the Big Ass Calendar start?
this is our third year.
What's a day in the life for you? And like, how do you balance friends, family, and building companies and brands?
Every day is different, but I'm trying to meet as many people as I can. So that's before, after lunch, whenever it can happen. If there's different connections to be made, I mean, the calendar operates in the health and wellness space and productivity space, like, which is very wide ranging. So I'm trying to meet people all the time since I moved to New York City this year. And then otherwise we're in the Super Bowl of calendar season right now. Like, this is our time of year. So it's getting content out there, partnering with people, starting roadmaps for next year, where we want to go with product, where we want to go in our marketing. So it's a lot of planning. I mean, it's whatever needs to also be done. If there's a fire, I'm putting it out.
Yeah. Tell me about a crazy fire drill you've experienced and how you put it out.
Well, when we started a few years ago, we were learning everything on the fly. I don't even know if it's called a fire drill. It was just a fire. So, like, the calendar rolls up one way, and it's this big, and and it fits into a box that's this big, and we were using a certain kind of paper to make it roll that way. Like, there's all this stuff about paper we didn't know. If you get a grain that goes a different way, it doesn't roll. And we ran out of the paper that we were using, and then it didn't roll into our box. So then we had to get a different box. That box costs way more than our other box to ship. It's just like things like that where it's not even putting it out. You're just eating a bunch of costs until you figure it back out again. We try to make our customers never feel anything. We haven't had any major fires that the customers, I think, have ever felt. But on the back end, when you're starting, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what mistakes you're going to make. You could sit on this idea for 10 years. You don't know that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Until you actually do it.
What's the biggest country outside of the United States? Like, is there some random country that you're like...
Australia. Canada, of course, but Australia.
Australia it's the sister to... it's the ugly sister to the United States.
Yeah, Australia loves us.
Do you know who Ned Brockman is? Mm-mm. I feel like you should figure out how you can partner with Ned Brockman. He ran across Australia, and he has a huge following, and he documents his life. He's a rock star.
Ned, I'm coming for you.
I love it. One of my friends, he dresses up as Ned Brockman every year for Halloween, and we go to Halloween parties, and they're like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm Ned Brockman." No one has any idea who Ned Brockman is. So your roadmap for 2026. This year, you did a sauna Finland tour.
Yeah, so every year we do something. This is something that we teach the calendar, but it stems from something that Jesse's been on for a while. But we pick a year-defining event, and that's a Misogi.
What's your Misogi for 2026?
My Misogi is like pretty niche. Ever since I was in 5th grade when I learned how big a blue whale was, I've always wanted to see one. And so I need to learn how to dive and also track down blue whales. They're not very social animals, and so it's going to take a lot for me to get into the exact situation, but I want to be underwater, and so I can see an entire blue whale because, by the way, they're the biggest animal to ever exist on planet Earth. Like,
no way.
Bigger than any dinosaur. They're alive right now, so I want to see one.
And they don't need humans.
I mean, not on purpose. Like, they're not aggressive, but they're so big. They're the size of 3 school buses put together.
Insane.
Like,
I've seen those pictures. Like, I'm sure we follow a bunch of these travel influencers on Instagram, and that's all my Instagram content. And I'm sure you see these pictures of them like in front of a massive whale.
That's going to be me.
Where do you go? Is this
randomly? You can do it in San Diego, but it's also like Fiji. I
feel like you need to make a trip out of it. Like San Diego.
Make a trip out of it, but I'm like locked in that all I care about is seeing this whale. I don't care where I am.
Yeah. Any major lessons learned that you'd share to up and coming entrepreneurs, whether it's personal lessons, kind of how
Yeah, I'll share a lesson. So I run Jesse's personal brand. A lot of people want to get to Jesse. Jesse is open to connection all the time. He makes friends off the internet all the time. He is open all the time, but I think people do it so wrong 99.99999% of the time. And there's every opportunity to do it right. So if you want to get on somebody's radar, that you want to get your product into somebody's hands, the way you do it is not to ask and not tell them what's good for you. You have to figure out what's good for Jesse. For example, when I was doing those crazy videos, for a year, I just entertained this guy. I knew what was going to make him laugh, I thought. And I did. I just leaned into anything that made him laugh. I was just a clown. I was an entertainer. And I was giving entertainment. And not asking things like, can you do this? Nothing for a year. People come into the DMs, I want to redo this for you. This would really help my business. How about this is a way I could help your website convert X amount of percent more. And by the way, here's a little wireframe I just put together of me doing that. And listen, hell yeah, send that to us. Like that helps us so much.
Definitely.
Like, how can you help me? And people come just with asks all the time. We'll go to Running Man and people will be putting decks in my hand. This is not the time.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do at Running Man is make me fall in love with you. Like, have the best time ever with me so we stay in touch, not hand me a deck.
Definitely.
Like, so
It's not the time or place.
it's not the time or place. And I think people miss that opportunity so much. And there's so much they can do. Like, if you're in person, be likable, make them remember you, and have fun. Do not ask if you don't know them.
Yeah.
Anything. It's not going to go anywhere, and it's going to just be a strike against you when you could be getting, like, moving forward in their eyes in some way. And then over the internet, entrepreneurs are so busy. We have so much going on. We need so much help. There's so much opportunity for you to come on board if you can show me you can do it. If you want to do social media and you're like, I can do it way better than your page, be like, hey, here's 3 social assets that would crush on the big ass calendar. Like, I would love to run your page. I'm going to call you. Like, period. I'm going to call you.
100%.
But not like, hey, can you give me a job? I just want to work for you. I'll do anything. That's putting more work on me.
I'm sure you get so many DMs a day, both you and Jesse. I get the same on LinkedIn since I started posting, and I have a message copied.
Since you're famous on LinkedIn.
Not like you, but not like you on Instagram and TikTok. But I'm trying. It's good for the business.
Post 365 days.
100%. I have a message copy and pasted where I'm like, thank you for reaching out. I'm so busy, but I wish you the best. And I want to respond, and with that copy and paste message, just so I don't ignore them. But it's like, it's not adding value to me. Like, people that I see add value to me, I'll have a call. Again, we're all busy, and that makes a ton of sense. On that note, so I actually cold emailed Mark Cuban, and he's our co-lead for Cosign, and he's big on.
And I bet you didn't say we need funding. That's probably not what it said.
Definitely not.
Right.
So Cosign's a social impact company where we help people qualify for apartments they struggle to, and he's very vocal about affordable housing and basically helping the average American. And something related to kind of what he was working on is an interesting article that I sent him. And in that, I'm like, hey, like, we're also working on this. Like, we should connect. I think it kind of relates to your mission. And he's like, let's get on a call. So I was in.
You helped him further his mission. You brought something to him.
If I sent him an email, hey, I need money, this is my deck, he would have not responded. I know so many people that have sent him emails and sent other people emails, and they don't respond. People are busy.
Of course not. Like, it's not because it might not be a good fit, but how do you make someone care about you? Think about who you care about in your life. And it's not people who just came to you with an ask the first time. These are the same people as you, so it's just with less capacity because they're so busy. So if you want to break through, we're always open to it, but come with the value first.
Makes a ton of sense. Thank you so much. This was awesome. It was great learning more about you and your background.
Great meeting you too.
And your story. Big ass calendar to the moon.
Big ass calendar to the moon.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. This was awesome.